Welcome to Myers Metal Detectors, located in sunny Tampa, Florida, where we sell nothing but fun and adventures, treasure hunting gear, and anything you can imagine for metal detecting. Give us a call, 813-237-1939. Happy hunting and dig deeper.
Live from sunny Florida, it's Treasure Talk.
And he did not make it.
I'm here. You caught me, didn't you, Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I don't have Carter's phone number either.
Well, I guess if he don't show up, I guess we'll just do a live from the shop.
Yes, that's what we'll do. Absolutely. I've got a little help here today. I've got a Hambone. Maybe she can help me get stuff, and we'll just show everybody some different stuff. Okay. Well, I'm all out of breath because I ran. I was over on the other computer looking for a phone number, but it just did not pan out.
Hey, Jerry Talley said you don't know how to manipulate the algorithms.
I don't know how to do what?
Manipulate the algorithms.
The algorithms. I don't even know
This is what he says.
I guess they don't know how to manipulate the algorithms. Yeah, these guys should have a massive channel. Yes, we should have a massive channel, but we're more interested in education and having fun and just providing info for everyone for sure. So I guess I better get started here.
Yeah.
As always, today's show is brought to you by your friends here at Myers Metal Detectors, where we sell fun and adventure. And of course, the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed here by the Treasure Talk guest and member belong solely to the guest and member, not necessarily to Phil Myers, also Myers Metal Detectors, Chloe Adriani, or Jeff Monin.
True.
And of course, the purpose of Treasure Talk is to educate our members in a fun, informative manner, plus to promote the hobby of metal detecting and treasure hunting in all forms. I kind of did that in reverse just to see if anybody was paying attention. But it looks like our guest didn't make it tonight.
Nope.
So
don't know what's going on.
We'll do live at the shop. Unless somebody knows Carter and tells them, Carter Pennington tells them to sign on real quick. But, you know,
well, if he signs on, he signs on. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
Yes, because
you know, I know that you're going to do a big blowout on anything Gray Ghost in that for Garrett products.
Yes,
right?
Anything for Garrett products. I've got the Garrett Gray Ghost headphones. If you have a Garrett AT Pro or an AT Max and you want some waterproof headphones, yes, those are going to go. Also,
how low are they going to go?
Those are roughly I think 69, so they'll probably be $100. $100 a pair if somebody wants one.
Yeah.
And they'll be out of here because Garrett's come out with the new detector, and I think I have that on the wall. Well, you can't probably see it back there, but it's the Garrett Vortex. So that's what I can see them probably phasing out the AT Pro and that's just my speculation, the AT Pro and the AT Max. And they've already quit making the, which I was kind of hate to see this one go, the Sea Hunter Mark II, because now, as of right this moment, there's no dive pulse detector, full-size detector. You could still use the pulse dive, which is a Naka product, but I mean a full-size detector, because I kind of got my start using a pulse detector way back when, and back then everybody was using them, so we were all cleaning up all the iron off of the beach, all the rusty caps, the fish hooks, the bobby pins, etc. But today, if you're the only guy doing that, it makes for a tough day.
Well, I think that's going to be remedied fairly soon, and we'll find out about that in August when Dillick and Mark Tominski are here from Nocta.
Okay, yes.
They're coming out with a new machine, and I think it's going to be the Pulse machine.
Yes, if it's a Pulse and if it's waterproof.
It will be.
A lot of people just want to their detector to beep when it goes off of metal over a metal to target, and they just dig everything. There's still folks who do that, and for beach hunting, if you're out in the water, most of the time it's not a piece of iron junk, but sometimes it is. But I know there's a need for that, and the reason I liked the Sea Hunter was because it was pretty affordable and you could dive with it. It was half the price of the Excalibur or a Fisher CZ21. It just was affordable, so people bought that detector and it got them started. I used a Tesoro product, and I love that pulse induction detector because it had a very thin coil, and it just sliced through the water, like butter. It was like it was a printed coil, so it was very thin, and it went extremely deep, but you just didn't know what the target was. But I found many.
Well, I think with the rest of them coming out with the deeper waterproof machines, especially Deus, that put the gravestone up on the Garrett products.
Yes, there's so much competition now. You've got Deus. Oh, and I didn't mention Deus before when we were talking about the different brands. Your three top brands now are Deus, MindLab, and Naka. Garrett's got to play catch up in the multi-frequency mode because they just they went a little long with waiting to come out with a waterproof detector.
Well, I think they're way too much behind the 8 ball now. It's almost to the point where with the advances of MindLab, Nocta, and Deus, continuing advances,
Yes.
Garrett, I don't think they can catch up.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I don't think they have the technology, or I don't think they have the management, or any of that kind of stuff. So, plus the fact that they're stonewalling their dealers and trying to sell everything Garrett direct.
Go ahead.
I feel that that's they get what they deserve pretty much.
Let's see. Jocelyn posted a comment. The new multi-frequency machines have almost made pulse obsolete except for severe minerals. That's true. That is true. Like hunting in like Culpeper, Virginia, where it's all that red clay, it's all that loaded with iron. So that's where, and I'm going to take that one down, Josh. That's where a pulse would really shine, forgetting. Jerry Talley's comment, but the pulse would shine in extreme severe minerals for sure. But yeah, the Garrett kind of waited too long, you know what I mean? Because they gave up so much market share. But I mean, they'll claw it back. I'm sure it's an American-made company, and if they just got to play a little catch up. But I see
they'll have their niche. Let's put it this way. Yeah, they're always going to have them. With the AT was a great detector for that day for relic hunters in inland.
Yes.
And they're always going to have loyalists, and that's fine. If that's the type of hunting that people do, not everybody can get to the beach. Thank God. They need to relic hunt.
Too many people go now, Jeff.
Yeah, I know. So, AT Pro, we're not knocking AT Pro or AT Max, and we're not knocking Garrett. But
No.
you're saying they hadn't kept up with the times, and it's maybe a little bit too late.
Yeah.
So, but I wish them well.
Yeah, they can do it. They just got to put it in high gear to get caught up, and that's what they've got. And the other two companies, the three other companies, they're going at it. They're trying to get market share too, and coming out with some fantastic products. When the MindLab came out with the 600 and the 800, they were aluminum shafts. Now we got carbon fiber. Deus has carbon fiber. What was that? Oh, Naka's carbon fiber. Even the triple score is carbon fiber. So it's just they're competing against each other, and the consumer. I always said the consumer wins, and I just see exciting times for us now with lighter waterproof detectors. And it is exciting. And Garrett just does have to work a little harder to get caught up. But I know there's a segment who want an American made product, and that is the American made product right now. So
Yeah, well, that's the only one that's American made. Well, Fisher is out there, and we're going to have in July, I think, towards the end of July, Joe Beechnut is going to be on, and we're going to be talking about. Everybody will probably remember the Fisher Impulse AQ. It was
yes,
supposed to have been out and didn't make it, and didn't make it, and never made it, and never made it, and never made it. Now it's out where you can get it, Phil, but how would you know?
yeah. Yeah, and I think Joe Beachnight is using that, and I think he's using like in Chesapeake Bay and
Yeah.
other beaches, and he's probably successful with it because that one has a bigger learning curve, but I'm sure he does well with it. And that one, I guess, is a pulse. So,
Yeah.
And it looks like we have a comment here. They need all-round detector that will work well in freshwater, saltwater, and high mineralized soil. Well, that's true, but what happens with those pulses if you can't discriminate and you go into a freshwater environment, in a freshwater environment, that fish hook or that bobby pin is going to last like forever. Whereas in saltwater, some of that salt will eat it away till it eventually is claimed by the salt. But in freshwater, it's going to be tough to use a PI for sure. Unless somebody,
One thing, Phil, saltwater, eventually it will claim everything.
yes,
If you stay in it long enough, it will claim you.
yes, it will. I'll shrivel up and just disappear. And it looks like Jim Bighorn says, Phil or Jeff, who manufactured the compass detectors? I remember compass detectors, but I don't know who. Probably Compass manufactured them. But it's funny that some people still swing those. And I think the last one I sold, I got in trade in, and I just gave the person $100 in trade in on a detector. But this was years ago. And then I put it on eBay, and I was surprised because I think it went for like $400. I was thinking, why would somebody buy that? But I think there were a lot of folks use those for relic hunting too. So maybe that's why they did that.
Yeah, I don't even remember it.
And
I
it
must
looks
have
like
blocked it out.
yes, and it looks like Randy Goodnow says the AQ now goes for $2,000. So that's a high price tag on that one.
Yeah, they probably sold 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, so we'll see, how Joe Beechnut's done with it. See how well. I know Sean had one for a while. Sean Rosh.
He still got one he wants to sell.
Oh, I thought he had sold it.
No, he may have. His was one of the early ones they were testing. See, Joe Beechnut was a tester for Fisher, the Impulse AQ. When he almost bought it, he was using the Impulse AQ, I believe. So he was a tester for him for a long time. And now that he's got the final version, I don't know. We'll find out,
Hey, I see a comment on here that I'm going to pop on the screen. And this is from Jerry Talley again. He says Garrett survives on the military mine detectors, and security is big business. We lost Tesoro, Nautilus, then White's, Fisher, backstab the dealers. Oh, I'm not going to comment on that. Loved them back in the day as well. Yes, so I better pull that one off. But we did lose White's. I loved White's. White's was a very good company to work with for me. I had an excellent distributor that worked up in the Panhandle, and it just was really nice when they had the products. But they did the same thing. They didn't come out with something waterproof, lightweight, and multi-frequency. They had multi-frequency technology way back when. They just didn't put it into a lightweight waterproof capsule, and they would have sold a bunch of them for sure. And I
Mhm.
know a lot of people still use their whites detectors, and I still have some whites batteries. I had just got some more battery packs in for both the 6T and a couple other detectors, and also for the it's this SL line, the slim line. I still have some batteries from those. Uh,
Well, just like Randy Goodnow says right here, he says, don't censor the truth and the facts. Well, we're not really trying to do that. If you, what we're talking about is not, they don't, there's a couple of them now that don't back their dealers. And there's a third one, a big major one that's kind of leaning that way. First off, Fisher doesn't back their dealers, and Garrett doesn't want to back their dealers because they want to sell Garrett direct. Now, that's not the way to go. And you'll know that a lot of others, and I'm not going to name this one, but they all want to, you can buy it direct from them now. They never say, see your local dealer, you know. But when something new comes out, they're always on the dealer. Well, you need to stock them, but they don't want to back them up. And that's going to be the downfall of all these people.
yes,
Even though some of these dealers are just internet dealers, don't be mistaken about that. They don't stock diddly. What they do is they can say, "Oh, I'll get you a great price." Yeah, they can take less because they're not stocking anything. All they do is if the distributor has it in stock, shoot, he drop ships it to you and they charge you. So never, ever, ever be confused by that, because you won't get the service that you get from a brick and mortar shop like Myers. Because like I always say, and you better take it to the bank, if Phil don't have it in stock, you don't need it.
absolutely. And that's the cool thing about having a detector store is that people can walk in, they can pick it up and they can see how it feels, see how it operates. And, you can look at all different price ranges and you pick. Joe and I aren't hard sale. We're not, hard sell. So, I think people appreciate that. And, Derek Sherwin's asking, are Technetics still going? Yeah, that is a Fisher product, and they're still here, made in the USA. They just don't have a big footprint in my eyes compared to the Naka, the Deus, and the MindLab brands, and Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they have Fisher. You never hear anything from them.
No.
Except for like the bounty hunters, and that's because they're concerned with the big box stores, the
Yes.
Bass Pros, and all those type of things. Now, I don't know if you can buy Technetics there or not. I really don't.
Yeah, and Dirty Paul's detecting. That's Mike Mayo, or his wife Trish says, I love having a local shop. It is actually nice that you have that because you can, like I said, you can walk in and you can pick that coil up like that 18-inch Manicore or Equinox coil, and you can say, wow, that's big. I don't think I want to swing that for 4 hours in a day unless I get a harness, but we got the harness too. So,
but you can also walk in the shop and you can also pick up the Treasure Talk Pro Sifter Titanium and see how sturdy it is and how light it is, and you can buy that.
Yes,
so you've got some in there. Let's show it to everybody.
Yeah, I want to show that. Boy, I lost my helper, but you get one of these with it too. And if I don't give it to you, just let me know. I will go get that. And Jim Bicorn says I have Phil on speed dial, Mike. So yeah, he's up in Pennsylvania or no, Ohio. And
he's in Ohio,
West Virginia sometimes. I got to get a scoop here real quick.
Well, I see Jerry Talley. Let's put this up there. And Jerry, I have to agree with you because I just bought 2 triple scores from Phil, and for my grandson and my son, and they're knocking it out of the park with it. That is a really, really, really very nice detector at a fantastic price. And they got the Pro Pack deal, which was 2 coils and a pinpointer and all kinds of stuff in there for like $4.99. So you can't beat that, And I think MindLab's got some deals like that, although I don't think it's all. They don't have as much stuff in their deal as Nocta does, and Deus, of course, Deus has what Deus has.
Yeah,
the new
Deus,
corner right now. So
yeah, I would say Deus is more of a high-end detector. I mean, you can use the stock programs right out of the box, but I think the Nocta and MindLab detectors in that price range, Jeff, like the triple score and the oh no, I forgot the expedition pack or the elite. Those are, I think, easier for folks to get started. First detector out of the box. Not that the
Robert Ridgway wants to know if you got a lanyard in stock.
A lanyard, we have probably 3 different lanyards in stock.
The one from Dan, Dan's lanyards is the best.
Yeah, we got Dan's, and we have the.
I don't know where this went. I put it up for a reason, and there it is.
The first metal detector manufactured in U.S. was by Alexander Graham Bell. Was that the one where they were trying to find the bullet in the president?
It might have been. You asked Fred. Fred will. He knows that kind of stuff.
I think there was a bullet in one of the presidents who was shot, and
Someone wants a price on that.
On price on what? On this scoop?
Lanyard.
Oh, on the lanyard, I think goes off the top of my head. I'd say they're probably $18, somewhere around that.
Yeah, I think it is $18 or $19.99.
Yes. Do you have it for the pinpoint? Yeah, I'm sure I do. I'm sure I've got bunches of different ones.
Give him your phone number.
Yeah, he's in Pinellas County. He can walk in the store and pick the one he wants.
Yes, he can.
So that makes it easy. But yeah, that's it right. Where's my camera? Right
I can
there.
see it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's the best one you can get. And it was to find the bullet in President James Garfield.
Yes. And
Thanks for sharing.
and you know that when I knew that, but I think they had trouble finding the bullet because there was metal in the bed, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm sure Fred will tell us that. So anyway, what was I? Oh, I was talking about the scoop. And, I had somebody asking me about the scoop today. The shop is closed, but I usually answer my cell phone, or Jocelyn does. And Jocelyn got the question. And the gentleman wanted a travel version with a titanium scoop. And he said, I don't want the ones with the push pin.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
He said, I don't like that because they rust or they wallow out, and
they get frozen.
And they're no good. And this is Steve's Detector Rod made these for us, and they're threaded.
Pro handle.
It's the Myers Pro handle. Absolutely. That's the only way I want to sell the CKG products, because this is what happens if you use the standard. If you use it a lot, the weak point is right there at the scoop, where the scoop and the handle hit together. If you use it a lot, that can happen. So that's why Steve helped us come up with this Pro handle. And it is made. Don't you think it's no wobble? It's perfect for that scoop.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. When we first had the scoops made, the Treasure Talk Pro Sifter Titanium, we had the handle from CKG, which was, you get a lot of bend to it. And we both decided that it was just a disaster waiting to happen. So we got with our friend from Steve's Detector Rods, who will be here the end of the month, and had him make us the Myers Pro handle. And that thing there, I promise you, if you break it, you're the Incredible Hulk.
Yes. I think you would break the metal scoop before you break that handle. And someone asked the price on the titanium. This is the Treasure Talk titanium with the jewelry catcher in it, and this one with the handle, and the pull handle is $4.19 for that.
And that's with the travel Myers Pro travel handle.
No, this is
right?
the stock handle, not the travel. The travel
He wants
costs
the
you
travel
another another $20, so it's $4.39. And that is so light. I think we put it on scale. I think it's around 4.25. I mean, 2.25 pounds.
No, yeah,
Not 4.
with everything.
2.25 pounds with the pull handle on it. So that has got to be the lightest scoop made, I would think.
And it's strong.
And it is strong. Yes, it is.
And Howard Hudson says that's the best scoop out there. He loves his.
Yeah, and I'm reading the thing. The new travel handle is so much better than the original travel handle.
Two nailers said worth every penny.
Yeah, and Tim says it's worth every penny. And that is, I think the handle makes that scoop better, Jeff, especially that travel handle. It just makes it where you can unscrew it. Now, we'll warn folks, if you have, no matter what scoop you use, if you have that travel handle, unscrew it, clean it, put some lubricant or some silicone on it. Because if you leave a piece of metal together all the time in hunting salt water,
It's going to freeze.
It's going to freeze up. And then you won't. Then you'll have a one-piece handle, not a two-piece. That goes for your detector too. Even your car.
Right.
Go ahead.
Just like a Dirty Paws Detective just said, it's so light an old man can carry it, and that's me. I do. That's all I use. And just so you know, the Mumbles man has gotten to the point now that's the only one he uses because he's becoming an old person too.
And Howard Hudson says, I also use it to scoop gravel in the Peace River for shark teeth. It's sturdy enough. Well, I would just be careful because a lot of times there'll be different rock and bone and whatnot. But yeah, you could do that. Just be careful with it. Don't pry it. Use it to pry a boulder because that might be a problem.
Well, I don't care what you're using. If you're going to try to pry a boulder,
yes,
with any scoop out there, the scoop's going to get the raw end of that deal.
Yes, so respect your tools, use it properly. That thing will last forever. But yeah,
let's talk triple score.
The triple score, and actually, Jeff, that is one I sold out of, but I do have some coming in. That has been a hot little seller. That because you get both coils, and MindLab's got a competitive product to that too. The triple score is nice. And I see Jim McCorn, Kathy and I both love our titanium with the Myers handles. Yes, they're an excellent product for sure.
So see, he's glad that I shamed him into getting it.
Yes, and you see it's got her name on it. I had some made that didn't have her name on it, but these have the name on it. So that's how you tell. If it's not, I'm not knocking CKG because they make a wonderful scoop, but the handles, these are maybe a hair lighter, but they're not any. They're so weak compared to the Myers handle.
Well, and another tip: when we had the Pro handles made, the Myers Pro handle sticker is on the back of the handle. When you put it in the scoop, make sure that's on the back. So when you're in the water and it's murky and you can't see the scoop, you just look at for the Myers name, and that'll be the back of it. And there you go.
That's how you tell you're digging in the right spot for sure. So the scoop is in the right direction to dig with your foot. So yeah, that's a good one. Back to the triple score. With that one, you get the wireless headphones, you get the hand digger, the pouch, the hat, the whole 9 yards with that. So that's a good.
And the pinpointer.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about the pinpointer. You get the Naka pinpointer. Now it's not the AccuPoint; it's their standard pinpointer, and the same with the Elite Expedition Pack. You get 2 coils. You get the Profine 40 pinpointer with that. So
I will tell you with the Nocta triple score, I bought 2 of them, my grandson and my son, and they love them. My grandson, first time out in Naples, first time ever in the water with a triple score, scores a ring. Okay. Now, my son just went to a park here in Thomasville and he got 2 silvers. So he absolutely loves that machine.
Were they silver coins, Jeff?
Uh huh.
Sweet. You know,
Yep.
it's kind of a rarity to be able to find silver coins unless you're in a park, I would say. But I know other
Yep.
years ago I knew some hunters that's all they did was hunt in the city of Tampa parks, and they were always pulling silver out. But
Here's from our buddy Moonlight Graham.
I've been using the Myers Pro Travel handle traveling the last 3 weeks, and it's great. Yes, it's super light, and I imagine if you're packing it for traveling, it's even better that it is that light and that strong that you could use it. But yeah, that scoop is a winner. You know, for even for ladies, sometimes they don't want one that big, and that one is actually, I think, lighter than the next size down, and I'll get that real quick. Let's see here.
But don't fret, guys. It feels not saying that it's a lady's scoop. It's not. Trust me. It's
This
meant
is
for everybody. I
yeah,
mean, even if you're a dry sander, you've got to admit that when you're out there for 2 or 3 hours, if you can handle it for that long, the scoop will get heavy. So this scoop it's sturdy. Plus, show it again, Phil. Let's go over that jewelry catcher because I'm telling you that is a game changer. And I had it designed that way for that because a lot of the small jewelry, the stud earrings and the little gold and stuff like that, that will catch them. Yeah, you're going to have to deal with a little bit more shells if you're over here on the West Coast, but it's easier than having to keep digging. You will love this scoop. It drains well. It takes a big enough bite. It's got the pull handle on it. It's an all-around winner. That's why we designed it that way, for that reason.
and when we designed that scoop handle, it fits all the other CKG. Like this is a 6x9, which is smaller because sometimes the ladies want the smaller one. And this one, I believe, is, and I don't have the price on it, but I believe it's $219 with our handle on it. Now, this one, it's actually heavier than that titanium scoop, but it is a smaller bite. So some people buy this one right here because they like the size of this. This is a 6x9, whereas the titanium is probably like an 8x11. And Tim Naylor said, I picked up 4 stud earrings with it today. And he's actually, and Jeff, you can correct me if I'm right on this, but he's actually using the small Deus 2 coil.
Yes, he is, the new coil.
So far I'm hearing good things about that. So hopefully it'll be a popular coil. And then Kathy Bicorn said, I had a much smaller scoop that was heavier than the Myers scoop. I can't wait to use the Myers scoop this summer. Yeah, Kathy, it is lighter even than this scoop that's half the size of it. It's still lighter because one's made out of stainless and one's made out of titanium. So yes, Tim Naylor said I was correct that he used the small coil. So I can't wait to see if somebody can get some thin chains with that small coil, if that happens.
Well, if they ever get many out, we'll work on that.
Yeah, we'll know. And let's see, what else do we have on there? Louis Villarreal says, I have the large stainless steel Ceto scoop with a solid carbon fiber shaft. It's got some weight, but it helps with the take out the target with less digging. Yeah, the bigger the scoop, it's easier to get a target when you can get it in the first scoop. It's, if you I always say hunt slow, but dig fast, get your targets quick.
And the Myers Pro Citra Titanium, trust me, it will take a big bite.
And this Joe 4077 said, I've traveled 2 times on airplanes with a titanium scoop and travel handle. I had no problem packing it in my suitcase with all my gear. That's awesome that you can take it traveling with you. So that's awesome to do that.
That is correct, Amundo.
And I read that already, so I don't have to read that one 3 times.
We're playing. What we're doing is we're playing comment poker tonight.
Yeah. It won't disappear. It keeps popping back. But that is a good scoop. That's why it keeps popping back on the screen for sure.
And that's why it carries the Myers name.
Yes, it's got her name right on the handle. And believe me, that is an excellent handle. And hats off to Steve Detector Rod for helping us get that one out, because that was a good one. And that's a granddaughter that I can't answer. So they shouldn't have called me while I'm doing my stream.
So you've got the Mind Lab product in. You've got you're expecting. When are you expecting the triple score?
Triple score should be within 2 or 3 days. But if somebody's not here in this state to pick it up, I mean, I could have it dropped right from NUCA if I need be. But then they'll be getting this in the mail. They'll get 2 packages because I've had to do that. They'll get the stuff that we normally throw in the box will come in a separate envelope. I've had to do that every once in a blue moon when I'm out of something. I'll just have it shipped to them. But that's a good thing about having a store. Most of the time we have it in stock. It's just it's a rarity that we don't. But that NUCA triple score has been an excellent product. And that one flies out quick, even faster than the legend did. So, but
so what's the status as you know it on the Deus 2 coils?
The Deus 2 coils, I did get a shipment notice, but I don't know what's in the shipment yet because they haven't sent me the email. And BeepQuest, that's my friend Trip. He says I'll take 9 of each. Well, we don't have 9 of the one in stock, but we have the other one. So
that's the wrong answer, Phil. The right answer is what's your credit card number, what's the expiration date, and the security code.
Yes, for sure. And let's
because
keep going on.
They want to make statements like that. Pay up, Buckaroo. We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll get it shipped out for sure. But I did just ship. I just shipped for Trip for one of his friends wanted a Mind Lab product. I shipped him the Expedition Pack, and it's an excellent detector, the Expedition, because it's Mind Lab's version of the triple score, and or vice versa, whatever. But it has both the coils and it has the pinpointer. And let's see, Tim wants to see the hat. And no, this isn't Big Poppy here, but let me see. Do I have that crooked? Yes. Gulf America Treasure Hunter. There we go.
Gulf of America Treasure Hunter.
And I looked before I made that hat. I looked on Google Earth, and actually all that water out there that you hunt in, Jeff, by Treasure Island and Pinellas and down south of us, on Google Earth it says Gulf of America now.
Well, it should, because that's what it is.
Yeah, I would have preferred Gulf of Florida because I'm kind of want to take possession of it, but whatever. Gulf of America is good.
What's BeepQuest? What's 7?
I'll take 7 of each. Phil should have my credit card number memorized by now. He has bought a lot of detectors, but I don't keep any of the credit card information because I'm not allowed to. So, but we'll get it from him.
Tim wants a Gulf of America hat. Bring it to the meeting for him.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll probably bring some. I'll probably wear one too, and I'll bring some there because I have just a limited number of those. So if you want one, get that quick for sure.
Okay, let's give away a swag pack.
Yeah, but I'm not giving the Gulf of America hat.
No.
We're gonna give them.
No, we got other stuff. They're getting the coveted towel and the Zazic and some other stuff. So
yes.
Let's see. I'm going to pop this up here.
Yeah.
That's what you put in, just like it's written, for the giveaway of the coveted Myers towel, swag pack, and whatever Joe can stuff in the envelope. Probably
Yes,
each.
yes, he'll be here this Saturday. For you guys who want to talk with Joe in the shop, he'll be in here this Saturday. Last Saturday, he took his daughter, or his daughter took him to Disney World because he loves Disney World. They as his daughter grew up, they just bonded and they love the Disney experience. I'm not a Disney person, but he is, and he loves it. So he does that with his daughter all the time, and has a good time. So he's rested, and he'll be ready to pack the swag pack up this Saturday and get it out in the mail.
Yes, he will. He will. You don't have to talk to him even if you don't want to.
Yes, but he's a very interesting guy, and he's a Deus 2 user and a MindLab user. He uses them both, and he enjoys it. And if you have,
we can't get him out to the beach.
You know, he likes to relic and coin hunt. He doesn't like doing that. Or when he's doing his archery, he does archery. He takes his detector after he's done hunting, not hunting. He does competitive shooting or whatnot on targets. He'll take the detector out and get any arrows that were lost.
Well, that's a smart thing to do because arrows are not cheap.
No, they're expensive, and he's always finding other people's arrows too. So
well, that's good. Hey, Big Poppy's in, he's got it going on.
Yes, he does, for sure. And Mark, the senile detector, says, hi, Phil and Jeff. He left out Jocelyn. And today we've got...
I'll get him for that.
Today we got Chloe, too.
You can tell him I'll get him.
But, I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about some of the... Detector Pro products that we were supposed to talk about today. What's the opinion on the Xterra Pro Elite machine? That is using the same, for beach hunters here in Florida, that's using the same program in the beach program as your Equinox series detector. So from what I see and hear so far, I've used it on the beach here in Tampa, and it just ran really nice. And, I think for the money, it's if somebody doesn't want to buy a Manicore or a 700 or 900 for the money, it's a darn good detector, especially with
Yeah. So as long as we're talking about Detector Pro, he's got a new product out. I think Phil has it in stock, obviously. So I'm going to run you a little video on this. So all of you folks out there that are relic hunters and dirt diggers, you're going to love this. So let's run that right now, Phil.
Let's run that because I'm going to grab a water real quick. I've been talking too much.
Can't tell you how many times this has happened where I get a shallow target, just like right here. So I'm not going to get on my knees to dig it. Put the detector on my hip, and there it goes. Easy to install on your detector. You simply wrap the elastic section around your shaft, pull it tight, and slide it up towards your armrest. And that's all there is to it. Then you clip it to the section that's on your belt, and you're ready to go. You don't have to worry about the machine dropping to the ground. And in terms of swinging, it's totally unrestricted. You can see the elastic section goes back and forth without a problem. When you're ready to dig again, you just this time put it to the side and don't worry about it hitting the dirt. When you're all done and ready to disconnect, it's one hand, simple pinch clip, and there you go. The detector hip hanger is made of two sections. This first section unsnaps and goes over your belt, and the second section is elastic, and this is what wraps around your shaft on your metal detector.
There you go. Interesting product. Very interesting product.
That is an interesting product. And I believe that's a very inexpensive product. And for this time of year, for me, I'm not out there digging in the dirt, Jeff, because it's too hot. in our area.
Too high.
I'm sure up north the guys are using. That's like a $9.95 product that just keeps your detector up out of the dirt. That seems like a cool item.
Well, like Carter was right in the fact that a lot of times you'll get a shallow target that you're not going to get down. You just take one little spade and turn it over, and there you go. So, and
And
even like Dirty Paw says, he could use that at the beach in dry sand.
yeah, it would be
Even in the water, Phil.
yeah, you could let go of it. It'd be like a lanyard on your detector. You let go of your
Yeah.
detector in the water. So yeah, I could see that. So I got some of them here, and I'll probably end up getting more in stock for that product. But yeah, that's kind of cool. And Carter uses those products himself. That's why he probably came out with it, because he didn't want to drop his detector down.
Well, probably because you get tired of bending down and picking the daggum thing up.
Yeah, up and down,
But-
up and down. Yeah.
But
So
even though, in the water, yes, Jim McCorn, you can use a pool noodle. I have a pool noodle on mine as well. But a lot of times, if you're into some heavy water and a lot of current, it's still going to pull it and tug on your headphones. So this makes a lot of sense. It's going to stay right there with you, and it's not going to twist and turn and put strain on your headphone cords and all that kind of stuff. So it's a great item.
yes, for sure. All righty. So are we going to do a giveaway, Jeff?
Yeah, we are. Let's see. I'm going to do the giveaway. You get some more stuff to show.
Yeah, I can show while we're talking about Carter's products. This is platinum, and this is for relic hunters too. I guess if you're using a Deus too, this is, and you have the puck. You put these right on there. This is the platinum headphones, because I never liked these here. I don't know how you feel about them, Jeff.
I don't use them. If I'm going to do any I have custom headphones for the water hunting, but I also have the XLs, the WSA XLs,
Right.
which are very comfortable for dirt digging. So here we go. Let's draw.
Yeah, I don't like these.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah, this is the one I don't like. Am I in the camera?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
For the WS6.
Oh my God, Jim Bacorn.
Oh, he's one lucky guy. Yes,
I think we need to draw again.
No, we can't do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. All right. So
Yikes.
I was talking about these headphones for the Deus too. If you're land hunting and you have your W6 puck, you just put this WS6 puck on there, slides right on it, and then you have a full size headphones. Because I despise this, and
Those are uncomfortable.
I just don't like
Outside.
the feel of it, and it must be a French thing that they don't mind them, but I do not like that. So that was the first thing I did with my Deus too, is I got Carter's headphones and put that puck on there, and then you're still wireless for land hunting, and it just works out great. If I could get it back in this little case here. So, pardon me?
So I said, you'll get it in there.
Yeah.
So Bill's going to show some more stuff he's got in the shop. But what we got coming up the rest of this month, actually, we only got 2 more shows in the month of June. And next week, Merrill is going to be here from XP Deus, and we're going to be talking about all the intricacies and everything about the new HF 9x5 coil for the Deus 2. And hopefully Phil will have some in stock. He's got them coming.
Yes.
So you can learn all about it and get it. Now, I know that the Mumbles man got the first coil and had it out in the water today. And he said it ran stable. It was deep, plenty deep. And when it hits on a target, you know it. So, and if you got a Deus 2 and you're going to get this coil, remember to do your updates. You've got to update for this HF coil for the Deus 2. Yeah, admittedly, it's only the beta version, but they will come out with the other version, the final version, after a bit. But if you're going to use that coil, you have to have the update. And also, you got to have to update your headphones. So make sure that you do that. Otherwise, you're going to be calling Phil, this coil don't work. It works. You just got to do your updates. That's all.
Yes, and then I was going to show these. These are another product that Carter manufactures, and these are more for, I would think, this is their ultimate deep pouch, and this is, I consider this more of a relic hunting pouch. Although I know some people who use these in the water, and they do have the metal on the inside here, so you can either use it with its open or use it shut. And when I'm reading the questions, when will you have the Detector Pro thing that you just showed that attaches to your belt? I think I have a couple of them in stock here now. However, for sure in like 4 days we'll have them, because he's pretty quick to get the stuff shipped out. But you could call me tomorrow. And then this is the other pouch. This is the one I use. I don't use that deep one. This is more of I guess an 8x11 pouch for land hunting. Then, of course, it's got a place to put your lanyard on it, and your pinpointer. It's got a pouch for that, and you've got a couple pockets. And I like this for dirt hunting because it's got mesh in the bottom, and the sand and dirt will work its way out on you, so you don't have to worry about bringing that home.
Okay, address this. He wants to know. Gilbert wants to know about the Aquatech headphones for the Manicore.
Okay.
Do you have any of the Aquatechs in stock?
You know, I may have one pair. They were my display model.
Manicore?
Yes, this is for the Manicore, their display model that I had here. And from what I understand, Aquatech was sold to Naka.
So they're not going to be making any for the Manicore.
I don't think so. However, we have the which I think are just as good. We have the Thresher headphones. But if you want, I'll do you a good deal on the last pair of blue headphones I have there for the Manticore or MindLab products. If you want that, Gilbert, just call me tomorrow after 10:30. And we'll get them shipped to you for sure. But yeah, the yellow ones from I have for the Manicore, I have both the Gray Ghost, if you like the Gray Ghost products, and they're gray, of course. You won't get a fashion citation for those, as Joe would say. And I have the Thresher headphones, so I have those two. And then I have the regular brand, the MindLab brand. But nobody seems to want those. They want either the Thresher or the Gray Ghost. That's the two big brands right now. All right.
As we were saying, also, Mr. Baycorn, you know the drill to get your shirt size, name, address, phone number, shirt size. You know where to send it.
Yes.
And also, then at the end of the month, Steve's Detector Rod's going to be here, and I think we're going to have a video about how he goes about measuring and building a custom-made shaft for you.
Yes, I had to make one for my Tersace, and because that shaft is pretty tough to swing in the water, and he made it narrower so that it's like the CTX shaft. That one was a tough one to push in the water because it was as thick as this handle here. And it's so much resistance. And if you've done this for a long time, you have shoulder and elbow issues, and it cuts down on that when it's a thinner shaft. And it looks like Philip Faircloth is asking, is the triple score beach program similar to the Legend? Yes, I think it is.
I think it is, yeah.
It's very similar because the Legend has more features that you can put into it, you can adjust. Whereas the triple score, I think they simplified it some so that it wouldn't, so that you can just get out there hunting faster.
Well, there's plenty it's plenty customizable too. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
there's four slots where you can put your own programs. You can set tone breaks, you can set tones. I mean, that triple score, I'm going to tell you what, for the money, you can't go wrong with that product.
Yes.
You just absolutely cannot. It's light, it's well balanced, it's carbon fiber, it's deep.
Yeah.
It unmasks well. That's really a nice detector.
Yeah. If you looked what we got 10 years ago, Jeff, and what we get today, it's just unbelievable. It
No,
really,
yeah, no comparison.
yeah.
No comparison at all. So, what's the bottom line? Run through some specials real quick. We got about 3 minutes.
Okay, we got that triple score, which I will have them in shortly. But if you've got to have that right away and you're not here in the Tampa Bay area, we'll just have it shipped right from Naka to you. That one I have on special for $479. We still have the Manicore special, which that one, the Manicore is $12.99. That one, I don't know if it's going to go back up next month because MindLab's doing all kinds of crazy things, but I still have them at $12.99. And if you went on my website and bought the Gray Ghost amphibian headphones with it, you would get a free stainless scoop. Now this is the Motley stainless. I still have some of those left. That's a heavy duty scoop. That's a heavy scoop. So it's not the same as our Treasure Talk titanium. You better eat your Wheaties when you use that scoop, or you can buy a carbon fiber handle and it would lighten it up some. But I have that special. You will get that scoop for free with the Manicore at $12.99 plus the the Gray Ghost amphibian headphones. So that's a good special right there. Then the Equinox 900 is $8.98. So that's a good special too. And
So what special are you going to have where you throw in that Motley shovel?
the Motley shovel, we'll do that on the we'll do that on the Legend. You buy a Legend off my website, you get the Motley shovel. Yeah, because I still have a few of those left too. And they're the same. They're really well built, but they're a little heavier than us retired or older guys want to use. So that I'll throw in with the Legend. If the person buys a Legend off my website, we'll throw that Motley shovel in there too. And Jocelyn just telling me our time is almost up, Jeff.
It is. Very good.
So anybody has some questions on the special, just call me tomorrow and we'll get it taken care of. But Jeff, next week you said we had who?
Merle
from Deus 2. And then the following week we have Steve's detector rod.
Yep. And then on July 7th is the Treasure Talk Worldwide Digging Report. And I think we're going to have an addition. I'm not going to say yet, but I think we're going to have an addition and another area to get a report from. So
okay, cool. That's awesome.
We're getting bigger and bigger all the time.
Yes, we are, for sure. And with that,
that's it.
I'm going to say thank you to everybody who signed on here. And if you have any questions, just call me in the shop tomorrow for sure, 813-237-1939. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jocelyn. And thank you to the many members on Treasure Talk Facebook and YouTube pages.
And always remember, if Phil don't have it in stock, you don't need it.
You don't need it. Sure. Yes, absolutely.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome.